Most people probably think Meares is just a simple YouTube show, but a lot goes on before, during, and after filming. And that's why I think the Eagles are going to win.
Well, you're out of your mind, because last week, Vic turned the ball over 4 times, and next week, we got to do Eagles.
Triple second.
Later, dude. I'm trying to.
How about you? Triple there. Next week, go ahead, keep on. Meares, not your typical YouTube show. Welcome to Meares. So I'm Mo.
Meares.
Week 1 in the book. I had 2 right last week. You had 2 right last week, and I didn't think the Redskins were actually going to win. I was assigned them, and everything I said was correct, even though I didn't believe it.
I was assigned the Jets. Did not believe they would even score a touchdown, nor win a game this year, and somehow they blow out the Bills.
We both picked them to go 0-16, and they're 1-0.
It's not a good start.
So let's just pick what we think, and then if the viewers agree with me, go with me, and they like you better, go with that. But we're each going to pick our own games. First game we're going to do, Baltimore traveling to Philadelphia. I got some things to say about your beloved Philadelphia Eagles, but I'll let you go first.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea how Philadelphia is favored by 2.5 in this game. I mean, I don't think Vegas watched the first week of the NFL. Philly turned the ball over way too much last week. But you know what? That really wasn't even their biggest problem. Their biggest problem is they ran 88 plays and they did, 12 runs, 13 runs? I mean, come on. Andy Reid is never going to change his ways. You want to protect Michael Vick. The easiest way to protect Michael Vick is to hand the ball off, and they don't do it. They're not going to do it this week because they're going to get behind early because Baltimore's offense is much improved, and they're going to lose this game. Baltimore wins. Take the points. Take Baltimore.
467 yards of offense on 88 plays. There's a lot of yardage, but that's not a very good average. 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions. Decision making by Michael Vick has to improve. The offensive line is atrocious. King Dunlap's only holds. The guy's huge, and he just lets the guy get on the inside, wraps him around. He didn't get called for 4 holding penalties that I saw. You're not going to get 88 plays this week. You're not going to get 467 yards this week. You're going to get behind early. 2.5 point favorite at home. I can't believe it either. I think it's easy money, and it's ripe for a parlay. Next game we're going to do, the New York Jets at 1-0, traveling to the 0-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh favored by 6 at home.
I'm going to go back on my prediction of 0-16. I'm going to say they're going to go 4-12 because they get to play the Bills twice and the Dolphins twice, and those teams are horrendous. Pittsburgh, however, still in my mind is a playoff team. They lost a tough one at Denver. It was Peyton Manning's first game in a long time. I had a feeling that Denver was going to win that game, but Pittsburgh's not going to start out 0-2, and the Jets are not going to start out 2-0. Mark Sanchez might have had a good game, but honestly, to me, he's still not an upper caliber quarterback. I think that he's going to have some problems this week with Pittsburgh's D. He's going to throw some interceptions. I think it's going to be a close game, but I still like Pittsburgh laying the 6. I think they can take this at home.
The Jets gave up 200 yards rushing to the Bills last week. Pittsburgh, luckily for the Jets, only had 75 yards against Denver. They don't really have a guy to go to. I think this needs to be a ground and pound game. I think Pittsburgh's going to get the edge on that, and when it comes to the passing game, I got Roethlisberger over Sanchez 9 times out of 10, even despite last week. I like Pittsburgh to win this, but I think 6 points is a little bit too much. I still don't believe in the Jets. I believe that they're going to be piss poor this year, but this line is a little high for me. I think I would take the Jets to lose, but with the points. Next game, we're going to do the rematch of the fag shake at the end of the game, where we belly bumped the 2 head coaches and they had a little dick swaddle. Detroit traveled to San Francisco. San Francisco favored by 6.5 at home.
Gonna be honest with you, San Francisco looked really good last week, and I'm eating some crow this week. We're talking about Alex Smith and his putty arm, because you know what? He's more than a game manager. I realize he can throw the ball. They have some weapons. Randy Moss looked good. Vernon Davis looked good. Crabtree looked good. This is a home opener for San Francisco. I know it's a rematch between John Harbaugh or Jim Harbaugh, whichever Harbaugh, and Jim Schwartz in Detroit, and maybe they're going to tussle it out in the beginning or the end of the game. But San Francisco is a better team than Detroit. Detroit struggled last week. It was a rough game for them. They did win, but I mean, they should have lost that game. San Francisco playing at the top of their game. I like them to open this game at home with a huge victory. I don't think 6.5 is enough. I'm not sure if maybe 12 would be enough. I like San Francisco laying the points.
San Francisco really looked like the best team out of everybody last week, playing a quality opponent, and they controlled the game. Detroit looked horrific. Matt Stafford, you can't celebrate like that. If they're throwing a 2-yard dump pass to squeak past the Rams will always be the Rams. I'm not even buying into anything with them. 6.5 points. I think I got to take San Francisco laying the points. The big thing that I need to see is these two homos go at it. I mean, it was the worst fight in the history of the NFL, and then there was like Randy Macho Man Savage in the middle of it. I don't know what the fuck. That's the only thing I really want to watch about this game, other than the fact that Alex Smith will outplay Matt Stafford. Final game we're going to do is the final game of the week, Monday night. Atlanta hosting Denver. Atlanta favored by 3 at home, which basically is a pick'em.
Yeah, you usually get 3 points for being at home, so. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of media, national, local, that are really on Atlanta's nutsack. I don't believe it. I don't think they're that good. I mean, I think they're a solid team. I think they're, middle of the pack. They played well against Kansas City, but Kansas City is weak. I mean, they're in a weak division where Denver's the same division Denver's in. Denver looked really good last week against Pittsburgh. Peyton Manning played really well in his first game back. He took a couple hits. He got back up. His neck seemed to be okay. He had some velocity on the ball. I like Denver to go into Atlanta and really win this game outright. So I'll take the 3 points, and I'll take the Broncos all day long.
Atlanta struggled rushing the ball against Kansas City. Denver stuffed Pittsburgh, only gave up 75 yards rushing. I think the ground game has to sit with the passing game. Matt Ryan versus Peyton Manning. I got Peyton Manning. I think what it's going to come down to is I think Denver's going to go and win as well, just based on the fact they're going to run the ball. If they make Matt Ryan throw, that secondary of Denver will pounce like they did last week and put the game away. I think it's going to come down to maybe tight going into the fourth quarter, and then it's going to be about a 10-point Denver win. Now it's time for Comments of the Week.
Yes, this is my favorite part of the show every week.
Glad I didn't listen to y'all. Would have broken even at best. Thornton714 complaining about breaking even.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good week for us. I guess you haven't watched the show much.
Here's your top 5 comment. Mole is a douche to think Washington will beat the Saints. Well, guess what, Serum03? I'm not a douche because Washington did beat the Saints.
And you're a douche because you should know it's top 4 comments, not 5.
Yeah, we made 4 this week. Yay, you're back. Ice Boy 1221. It was simple but heartfelt.
Yes, it's nice to have some fans out there, 1 or 2 that care.
I was wondering when you two would show back up around here, which I guess around here is YouTube.
I guess because I'm always here.
Welcome back, Ass Clowns.
Yes.
We missed you. Ass Clowns, one of my favorite lines from Office Space. Team Boyd TV. Well, we missed you around here too.
You ass clowns.
So that's our show for week 2. I came with the stats this week.
I was impressed.
Rushing yards. I had theories. I got all kinds of. There wasn't just random picks to my.
No, you
choice.
had some.
I did my homework. It's the first time I ever did
some
that.
information. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right there. Give us a thumbs up. We had lots of thumbs up last week.
Yeah.
2 ass clowns gave us a thumbs down.
Ass Clowns.
Make sure you comment right below here. Top 4 comments get mentioned in our comments of the week. Also, if you think you can do better than us at picking games against the spread, put your picks down there. The person that does the best will get a mention on next week's show.
All right, we'll see you then.